This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Richard, we'll start there. Did you win any money on Mystic Dan at all this weekend?
I get the Knucklehead Award. I tweeted out my 5 horses that I was going to play in a try, super, and all that. Guess what? Guess who I left out accidentally?
Uh-oh. Accidentally, yeah. Well, I can do you one better. I had Mystic Dan pegged as of Thursday night. By Friday morning at about 8:30, I changed my pick to Honor Marie. So like yourself, I did not fare well this weekend when I should have gone with my gut. Football news, Richard. You got a couple commits this week. Let's start with probably the most notable. It's kind of garnering some national news. Monte Harrison, which I've seen a lot of people talk about this report that you put out. Tell us about this 28-year-old preferred walk-on that started his career in baseball and now is going to try and play some football here in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I've been talking to Limbo Parks, who coached, obviously, a former Hog offensive lineman in the 80s, late 80s, who has coached at Lee Summit West for almost 20 years, and obviously very, very knowledgeable about him. And he was keeping me informed that that he had visited for the red-white game, and I really didn't know much about him, to be honest with you. And hearing Limbo, and then talk about him, and then he sent me a couple of videos of Monte robbing guys of home runs, and when you see those videos, you realize not an average athlete could make those type plays. It showed an elite type athlete, and then Limbo just couldn't talk enough about him. Said that he legitimately could have been a college basketball player, been obviously a football player, baseball player, and if he wanted to, could have got a scholarship or in track and field in the long jump and triple jump. Said he's Limbo's 59 years old. He's from the Kansas City area, and he says he's as physically gifted as any athlete he's ever seen coming out of Kansas City. Obviously, he's 28, but last year he played his last year of baseball. Still in very good shape. Will he be rusty football-wise? Sure, but he'll be reporting to Arkansas for summer workouts pretty soon, and he'll be able to get in football shape, I guess you could say. But I think from a physically gifted standpoint, this may be the most physically gifted preferred walk-on they've ever had. Obviously baseball is going to be paying his education. And in talking to him, I'm used to talking to mostly high school athletes. I was talking to a man. I mean, this guy his maturity level obviously is a different level. He's had a lot of life experiences, has played in the major leagues. So if worse comes to worse, he doesn't play, he will be an excellent, excellent addition to the locker room as far as his maturity, and he'll be able to be a good mentor to a lot of guys. So I think it's a win-win. Arkansas, I know people in the football program are very excited about him, and I'm excited about him. Another thing, Limbo sent me a picture, and the only reason I didn't tweet it out is because I think it's probably copyrighted, and I don't want to cause a problem there. But evidently, there's a picture of him dunking in high school, and his head's way above the rim, and the kids in the background, all of them their mouths are open. So he's a special athlete. So it will be interesting to see what happens going forward.
All right, run that back because I want to make sure I, didn't still have sleep in my eyes and taters in my ears. 28 years old? Is that what you said when he gets here?
Yeah, he's 28 right now. He'll be 29 in August.
What an incredible story.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, his goal is to play 1 year and try to go to the NFL. I mean, obviously, you're getting up in age, but if you see the two videos of him robbing 2 home runs, one of them you kind of think it almost looks like Bo Jackson when he did something similar, and it just I wasn't that excited about him until I saw those videos, and I said, this dude's different. So it's going to be interesting.
What I was thinking about as you were going through all of the things he's accomplished and the things he's capable of doing a minute ago, the disparity in age in a locker room. I mean, how wide has it ever been in a college football locker room? 5 or 6 years? You're talking, you've got an 18-year-old freshman and a 28-year-old portal player transfer, someone coming back from pro baseball. That's a 10-year gap in your locker room. I mean, that's hard to find. I mean, it happens in pro sports, frequently, but not that often. That's probably never happened in college sports, I would think. Not very often, at least.
Yeah, well, you're probably right, but something else to think about. A lot of these transfers, a lot of them are 24 and maybe beyond sometimes. So that's a difference. But I know Joe Moore, the Syracuse offensive lineman, he's about to turn 25. So you're seeing it more and more with guys, especially with the COVID year, playing longer. And some of these guys also not only just COVID, but getting exceptions to asking for another year of eligibility for various reasons. And you're seeing guys even going on their 7th year of playing college football or college sports.
We've all lived it, though. We all know there's a bigger difference than 6 years between an 18-year-old and a 24-year-old. The amount of change you have in that time of your life is far more than the years under the belt. So,
no doubt.
I find that interesting.
No, I'll be honest with you. I probably, when I was 27, I think that's when the light bulb totally went off, and I really thought, okay, I got a grasp of this thing called life. I mean, I obviously didn't have all the answers, but I kind of had a better idea where I was as a person versus 22, 23.
Oklahoma State had a quarterback a few years back, Brandon Weeden, I guess a few years back, more than a decade ago. This kind of the situation, played some minor league baseball and then came. Also, Chris Weinke, Heisman Trophy winner for Florida State, is another example. But it's definitely not common. There's no question about that.
Were they 28 though?
Weeden was, and I think Weinke was 26 or 27. Yeah, so It was around that age. You might have to double check me on Weinke, but I do remember Weeden being like 27, 28. What about Danny Sally, the defensive tackle from BYU, Richard? I know that's a position group that Arkansas really needs to add. What do you think about his commitment earlier this week?
Well, definitely adds beef up front. 6'2", 6'3", he's listed different heights and weights. I mean, but around 355, 360. So, he's an older guy that played 2 years of junior college, signed with BYU back in December and decided to transfer, I guess, after spring practice. Just another addition to big addition, a much-needed addition to beef up the defensive line, and seems like an impressive young man, and from a physical standpoint, but also seems like a good kid too. So good get there. I don't think that they're done. I think that you may see another defensive lineman, another offensive lineman, and maybe best available. I think they've got 3 more spots to go, but they've done well this spring.
Joffrey Brown, another guy that committed this week. We were talking about Monte Harrison as a wide receiver. He's just a preferred walk-on. This kid from South Florida and North Carolina was originally committed to Charlotte, but decided that playing the SEC was too big of a possibility to pass on, and now he's committed to your Arkansas football team as well, Richard.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this is potentially a very big get. When I say potentially, evidently he's had some issues, with drops, but his speed, his playmaking ability. He had some impressive numbers at North Carolina, even though he was injured quite often there. and then he went to South Florida. He had this past season, he had a good season and made several big plays. A guy that can stretch the field, outstanding speed. His brother is a receiver for the Washington Commanders. So obviously the talent level, his genes are geared towards football, and definitely has the speed to help Arkansas at the receiver position.
Is Matt Landers a good comp for him? Played initially at a Power 5 school, goes to a smaller school, and now jumping back. Is that speed and ball skills were questionable with Matt? Is that a good comp for him, Richard?
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, I think obviously the main thing is trying to get him more consistent with his catching ability. You do that combined with his ability to stretch the field and make things happen after the catch. I think you could have a guy that could really do some damage this fall.
Real quick before we let you go, basketball-wise, DJ Wagner's in town this weekend. Cal's had a lot of success with guys on campus and getting them to sign with Arkansas. You think Wagner's a Hog by the end of the weekend, Richard?
We'll see. I mean, obviously, just based on what we've read, that he's visited Musselman and USC. A lot of these transfers, they're very tight-lipped and don't put out a lot of information. So it appears he's only visited USC, but at the same time, we don't know for sure. But obviously knows Cal very well and was recruited to Kentucky. So you probably should feel good about the possibility. Yeah.
All right, Richard. Appreciate the time. We'll catch up next Wednesday with you.
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.